Online dating can be extremely frustrating for guys. In September, I received a message from one of my clients whose profile I helped to build. And I want you to tell me if you think this sounds familiar to you. I can't believe I finally got back on Tinder. Finally got matches, and results haven't improved. You seriously get dates on Tinder on a regular basis? I'm finding it harder than ever to believe. Over 50 matches, resulting in only one actual conversation exchange and one date. Probably 40 of them never said a word, and the other 9 responded once. If you're like most guys, then this probably isn't surprising to you at all. The poor guy went from having no matches at all, working his ass off to finally start to get a good number of matches, only to find that almost none of them reply to him more than just once, and most of them respond not at all. But what if I were to tell you that he made just one change to the way he used Tinder, and it changed everything? In fact, he went from this level of frustration that you saw in these messages to having too many women wanting to sleep with him that he was feeling overwhelmed by it. And this isn't hyperbole. I'm going to show you the messages right now. Dude, you're not going to believe this. I just completely stopped making any effort whatsoever on Tinder, conversationally. My first message is, hey, you seem like you might be fun. I'm looking for something casual at first, but ideally someone I vibe with, who I can take to events, on trips, etc., and get into the depths of life together. How about you? If she says yes, I just ask for a number and then text her, asking her what her schedule is, and then invite her over for that day. And I've got more girls than I can possibly see. My mind is blown. I don't understand. Best 2 weeks of my life. I have to choose every day to see a girl again or another girl for the first time. I need my 25-year-old penis back so I can do 2 a day. Literally, all I did was stop trying to have a conversation over text message and build rapport and all that. So weird. And the flakes are down even. I thought that stuff was super necessary to reduce flakes. I literally shut down my account because I couldn't take any more leads into the funnel. So what the heck is going on here? Surely, even if women just want casual sex, they still want a little conversation first, right? I mean, really, are we all just supposed to stop sending nice messages and just proposition women from the beginning? Is that the ultimate Tinder strategy? So the short answer, for those of you who don't want to watch the whole video, is this. If you get more than 10 matches a week, it is well worth trying to see if you can replicate these results. Because the truth is, it is possible that 1 or 2 of those 10 every week that you get are just looking for something casual, and the responses that you're going to get from messages like this are going to be really positive. The longer answer is that it's a little bit more nuanced. So the first thing to think about is that 10, 15 years ago, before Tinder came on the scene, and just as Tinder came on the scene, dating expectations were very different, as well as dating mindsets. So you still had the situation where even women who really did want something casual, there was a lot more coyness about approaching that topic. And so women wanted to feel like it just happened. There was a lot more of that in the mindset of especially women under 30 way back then. I think for women to talk about sex, for women to talk about sexual wants and needs is far more common. Like if you look at things that are being shown on Netflix and whatnot, it's positive, as well as an instant gratification culture that we have right now, as well as the fact that women are very jaded around dating and men think. So nowadays, what they tend to do is, look, he's going to BS me anyway. Why put up with the BS if we can just get to the point that I want to get to? But what is true is that I've seen a massive uptick in the last 10 years of women occasionally using Tinder as a booty call. In other words, what happens is random woman is sitting around feeling in a bit of a naughty mood, and it's a very specific moment in time. And just in that moment of time, she thinks, I wonder if there's any guys online. Now, at that point, she's jumping online, and she's not necessarily intending to do anything with anyone yet. But if the right guy comes along, if the right opportunity comes along, then she may well jump on it. And this is this very specific moment in time that happens. And what I notice with a number of my clients, and I'll talk about these guys in a minute, is I notice quite often I'll see these conversations crop up, again, maybe 1 in 10, 1 in 7. And I read the conversation because I'm coaching them, and I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute, dude. This girl was trying to screen you to work out if you guys could hook up tonight. And it's like, what? Really? Yes, 100%. And I'm starting to see that a lot more often than ever before. And guys just aren't picking up on it. The other thing that's going to be playing a role is that when we create a Tinder profile, we're trying to create a profile that gets matches, right? As many matches as possible. But we can create a profile that's very relationship oriented, or we can create a profile that's very hookup oriented. And very often we don't know what our profile is really saying about us because we have our own image, our own way of seeing ourselves. And while we are probably doing our best to accurately portray ourselves, there are many times I see guys' profiles and I think, this isn't you. I mean, the photos that you've chosen look great. What you've written sounds good, but none of this is like the guy I'm talking to on the camera right now. Why is this interesting? It's interesting because often there are guys who have created a profile and the guys are a little bit shy, a little bit introverted. They're not sexually super experienced, but their profile makes them look a lot more social, a lot more like the kind of guy who's going to be up for a hookup much more than they realize. This brings me back to this rule of 10. And I'll tell you why. If you get 10 messages or more a week, this could be a good strategy. You're looking for something casual. And it works like this. There are lots of different types of guys who use Tinder. So let's say, first of all, you're a really average looking guy and you're looking for a long-term relationship, right? Something more long-term. So if you're using the app and that's what your profile says about you and you're an average looking guy, then you wouldn't expect to get 10 matches a week. Why? Well, the reason is this. Women who are on Tinder looking for a relationship are a lot more picky with the kinds of guys they match with. So they swipe right far less frequently than women looking for a hookup who swipe right a lot more often on a lot more guys' profiles because they're being less picky. So if you've got a profile like that, you may only be getting 2 or 3 matches a week, and that's totally fine. For someone looking for a relationship, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You're not going to necessarily expect a lot more than that. However, if you're a really good-looking guy, or let's say well above average to really good looking, and you've also got a profile that says you're looking for a long-term relationship or makes it look like you're looking for a long-term relationship, yes, you'll get the women looking for a long-term relationship, but you'll also get the women looking for a hookup. And the reason is that the women looking for a hookup, they're not going to spend much time looking at your profile. So they may just look at you and go, he looks kind of cute, sure, why not? And they'll swipe right. So you'll still pick them up along the way. But the kind of guy that I get a lot is the guy who is average to just above average, but his profile looks like a potential hookup profile. Now, those guys can get in a situation where, yes, they're getting 10 matches a week, 11, 12, 13, 14 matches a week, 20 matches a week, 30 matches a week. I do see that with average to above average looking guys. So it's a well-constructed profile, makes them look, hits the right emotional notes for women. And I help guys build such profiles. When you're in that position, I do see that a lot. Guys getting a lot of matches and no dates. If you find yourself in that boat, this is the kind of strategy that I think is well worth trying. Because you're going to realize that a lot of those matches you're getting, not all of them, but a lot of them, aren't there for the relationship thing. They're there for something. They're there because they happen to be moving right then and there. And if you capitalize on that, you can get really great results. Now, honestly, this isn't a magical strategy that's going to work for everyone. And it's not a magical strategy that will definitely work for everyone who gets more than 10 matches a week. I suspect probably if anyone is watching, those guys who are getting more than 10 matches a week, I'd expect about 60% of you guys to actually get some really good results by trying this. So if you're in that frustration zone, give it a try. But the real takeaway I want is this. When you're using online dating, it is easy to get frustrating because there are a lot of things that can get in the way. There are a lot of things that can just, the one thing that ruins your entire profile, right? In this case, it just happens to be you're attracting a lot of women who want hook up and you're talking like a guy who wants a relationship, right? Or you're trying to generate conversation, build rapport, and she's like, I don't want that. Okay. But there are lots of other things it can be. You know, it can be that one photo that's a massive turnoff. It can be that one innocuous statement in your profile that can be read in the wrong way. And very often when guys try to fix a troublesome profile, something that's frustrating them, the changes they make are too small. The takeaway I want is this. If you're feeling really frustrated with your online dating profiles, make big changes. Make big drastic shifts in the photos that you choose, the way you choose to describe yourself, the way you choose to the photos that you choose to use, the age bracket that you're looking for. Try making really big changes and seeing what impact that has. Pick a different location, a different city, because all this data, it gives you information that you can work with. And I'm a huge fan of big changes to give you useful data inputs. Now, guys, if you'd like me to help you build an amazing profile, and even more, if you'd like me to help you actually write messages and actually get women on those dates, because I know every step of the way is really frustrating, I've got a complete School of Online Dating program that I highly recommend you check it out. I'll put a link down in the comments below. In this program, it's an entire online program, but also there's a Facebook group for members only. And in that group, I'm there every day answering questions. So if you want to put up pictures of your profile, if you want to put up pictures of your conversations that you're having, myself, other coaches, and the other students are all on there regularly, giving you feedback about what's worked for them, what hasn't. You'll get to see so many examples of so many other guys' profiles as well, and the kinds of results they're getting with the work that they've been putting in. As I said, I'll put a link to that in the comments below. That's the School of Online Dating. For the rest of you guys, please give me a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button because that helps me a ton, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos.